2:30.
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
Well, it's gotten worse.
Yeah.
You can see that?
I only see the geographic. That's your left eye.
Mm-hmm.
He has flex here. Yuichi?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So there it is. He's got parapapillary sparing, atrophy, and the flex of a Stargardt's configuration. Do we have genetic testing on you?
You know, Monica looked it up, and she said, I didn't remember that you did blood tests, but she
I'm
said
pretty
she
sure
looked.
we did.
Yeah, she said you did, and that I have that ABC4.
4. Yeah, ABC8 4.
Yeah, she
That
said it
is
was on.
Stargardt's disease.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now,
So
what-
it is. Now we have 1,100 patients with that mutation in our database because it is the most common familial dystrophy of the macula,
it is.
and it begins to manifest itself at an early age.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It was usually young, and
Yeah.
although
When did you first realize that it was?
I first started having it 20 years ago. It was right at the beginning.
Yeah.
In fact, I think when I came to see Dr. Freund,
Right.
that was, I mean, first of all, I ended up at, my Dr. Platicia was my ophthalmologist, and he sent me to St. Luke's, and they photographed me with a Nikon camera and film, you know. But when I went over to you had the digital stuff. So that was 20 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I used film before that, so.
Yeah, I'm just
So
saying.
take your glasses off.
I'm
Let
just
me
saying
take a
it's
look.
kind of.
Now, let me tell you that this is the one dystrophy that's under investigation in a number of places for cellular transplantation.
It is.
That's a question that he had.
It's
He's
still
very-
going on.
Okay, he's interested in what's happening in research, especially having to do with possible remedies to contain or to
So
restore
it's very
the
much
retina.
dependent on the genetic coding. Okay, put your chin right here. Let me bring this up a little bit. How old are you now?
70.
So you first noticed this when you were 50. Was there a family history?
No.
Good. It's recessive, so you wouldn't expect there to be a family history.
On the other hand, even if there
Your
was,
children would be obligatory carriers. Because you need 2 genes for this. Okay. Open. Now I gotta find out, what's his vision there, Yuichi?
20/70 right eye, 20/30 left eye.
20/30, good.
I can still read with my right eye. I can't with I can still read with my left eye now.
No, your left eye's the better eye. Okay. Open. You're 20/30 in the left eye. So there's no gene therapy or cellular transplantation protocol for you because you're 20/30 in your left eye.
Okay.
So you're 70, he doesn't look 70, you treat him well.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
he treats me well.
I was telling, I went to see Dr. Sang last year.
Yes.
I don't know if you, so, and I'd seen with the two of you like 3 years ago, and you said I had Stargardt's. It just because of, it happened in the way that it got set up. I ended up seeing you one day, and I saw him the next day. He says, "No, I don't think you have Stargardt's. I think you have."
Well, the other thing would be a pattern dystrophy.
Yeah, but then when I went in a year ago, he said, "Oh, you have."
RDS looks like this.
Right. Then I went in a year ago, he says, oh, no, you
I'm
have
a
star
little,
guts.
I know I only look 39 too,
Yeah,
but I'm a little older than Zach, so.
So-
He's smarter than I am, but I can beat him on experience.
so then last year, he said, no, you do have star guts. And I said, oh, okay. And he said, and we're doing a test on it.
Yeah.
And then it was like, everybody was all excited running around. And he says, I want you to, do blood testing your sister, blood testing your daughter,
Yeah.
and go in, and Winston will come in half an hour later. They said, don't call us, we'll call you.
Well, he
And the
must have
only
looked
thing
at-
I could understand
you,
was
to
that-
me, you have as classic a case of Stargardt as there is. The only thing is you had late onset.
Yeah. And that's
Instead
the
of
one
getting
thing
it
I
when you're
understood was
10,
I looked up
You got
this-
it when you were
the
50.
test that drug company was doing. The cutoff age was 60. I think they didn't realize I was over 60, but I don't know.
You don't look it, which is good, but your eye looks classic Stargardt's.
Okay.
And I'm happy to say that the atrophy in the left eye is small.
Okay.
Can I show it to you? You want to take a picture of it?
Oh, sure.
Or I'll give you a picture.
I know we're gonna get pictures, so not to worry.
We'll see.
This is
You
it
do it.
right here.
Is
See
it
that?
still recording, Vera?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
that's
right
pretty
there
clear.
is the atrophy. These are the flecks, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give you that's the right eye, left eye. This is the right eye, okay? Here's your atrophy.
Mm-hmm. Wow. What a
Okay, there's a
difference.
little nevus that you have in your right eye, it doesn't matter.
A little what?
It's a little freckle.
Uh-huh.
So I want to look.
Now, is that a buildup of vitamin A or something?
You don't want to take vitamin A,
Right.
okay?
Is there something he can take actually
There's
that
a
could be
vitamin
helpful?
A now that they make that you can take. Don't trust it yet.
Okay. I was looking this week in preparation. I was looking to see what people were saying on the internet, and I did see that.
All right, now I cannot, they did not do an autofluorescence on you. So I can't be sure of whether it's progressed or not without that. But
They did.
I'll do it right now before you go.
Is that the one where you give me an injection and?
No, you don't need that.
Let me check. I thought I saw it. This one?
Oh, it might be on that. No, it's not.
No? Oh, they usually do it both there. Okay.
So I want to give you that information, so I want to run you out there, show
Okay.
and we'll look and see how, and I'll put this over here.
Terrence did a scan and Jean did like a flash of me. That's the only two I had.
She's going to take you out there.
Okay. Is that right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not as good in your right eye.
Yeah, it's.
Now here
Something's
was
gotten
2
worse.
years ago in the left, and you have a secondary zone, maybe a third zone of development. In the right, this area of atrophy hasn't changed at all.
In the left,
In the right,
on the right. Huh.
okay, you got an enlargement of the original and a new one right here. It varies. It can go along for years, no change.
Now, when you say the atrophy, that's like a drusen? That's the thing that's
No absence of cells.
absence of cells.
There are no cells in there to function. So that's why you have a scotoma in your right eye. It's in an area, you're an artist, where color perception may be affected, but your color vision is controlled now by your left eye. Yeah. See, because you still have central macular region in the left eye, but it's a little bit closer to the center than it was. You're still not eligible for any of the studies. Give you another 3 to 5 years, and the studies will be better.
You wanted to ask me about the patch, if it will be any useful for him to use a patch.
Should I wear an eye patch?
No.
No. No, because what I understand.
We're gonna send you down there. You're gonna need a cane. Just wait till that comes up.
Because the way I experience it is I'm getting these two messages coming in. You know, left eye, I can kind of see okay, and then the right eye, it kind of goes back and forth, you know what I mean?
Well, you can't fuse. In order to fuse for stereopsis depth perception, you need a functioning
Yeah.
eye on each side.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So-
you don't have that.
So now
You
when I
still
move,
have driving vision. Your reading should be okay. Your painting should be okay. You still have color perception.
well,
In 10 years from now, that may be affected, and you'll be like Monet and
yeah, Monet went blind,
and Degas.
and they got too. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I noticed now, like
I
if
think
I'm
that
on the
happened in
street,
the 80s, no?
What's that?
They were in the 80s when that started to happen to them. No, baby?
I
The
think
guy
they're
Monet.
better.
They both have macula.
They
Yeah.
did, huh?
Yeah.
So now, like if on the street and I look up at a sign, it takes me it takes me like 4 times as long to figure out what a store sign says, even, you know?
You're not playing with a full deck.
Yeah.
You've got missing
And it-
components in your
This
IC.
summer, I did try and drive the car.
Oh, you can drive a car.
Well, I realized I couldn't react real quick. Things can happen, and
Well, then something comes into play.
yeah.
Judgment. If
Okay.
you don't have the confidence to make you react properly, then you shouldn't drive a car.
It's because you don't drive all the time.
But you have 20/30 vision in your left eye.
Right.
That's good to know. The thing is, you have to drive more, so you begin to get used to it again.
Of course, I'm living
You
here
you
now.
have to rejuvenate your confidence.
Okay, but I'm not going to be able to rejuvenate those missing cells.
Yeah, but you're going to be able to drive. One eye is enough.
Okay.
That's good.
That's why you get a license with only one eye.
I've heard, yeah.
That is good.
Mine doesn't expire till next year anyhow. So.
You can pass a test to drive a taxi cab in Europe. What's funny about that?
Oh God, I'm not gonna give it. I'm not gonna be in Texas in
funny,
New
you know
York
that?
ever.
It's
Put it right.
Doctor, pleasure to meet you.
Well, it's nice to see you.
Well, so you don't think a patch would help him in terms of just walking around and being able
No,
to
because
react
he
faster?
cut off his peripheral vision.
Yeah.
All right, okay. But it will be a good thing for him to practice driving.
No, he's just. Have you been driving regularly, or you
No.
go back to it?
Well, I'm from
No.
Minnesota. I used to drive till I moved here, but I've lived here for the last 30
So you don't
years.
drive as
Don't
much
drive
here.
in New York.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but you were away for the summer or the
Yeah,
country.
went back to Minnesota and out
Oh,
on the
you-
country road.
You country road. You should be able to manage.
The interesting thing was, you know, it was a sunny day and the light, it was like real bright, you know, lit shade. It kind of, and
The
then what
trees
happened
are
was,
moving.
then what happened was I got
Shadows.
out on the what was going to be the little country road, and they decided to tear it up.
Oh,
And I'm supposed to
working against you.
yeah, and so I'm supposed to drive on the side.
Well, you know, there's one way to remedy that. You switch seats with this one right here. Okay.
I never drive in my life.
You've never driven?
No.
Come on, you
no.
can drive. You can learn. to
I will
drive.
learn. I will
Sure.
learn.